pew, pew, pew. What's up, guys? Drone worship in your face. So, real quick, I just wanted to go over this. I've had the Mavic Mini for a month now, well, maybe a little over a month, and I just kind of wanted to give my thoughts up to this point because I haven't done a full review of this thing yet. It's been extremely windy, and as you guys know, it's really hard to fly the Mini in windy conditions. I live in Florida, so it's just kind of windy like all day, every day right now. This is our windy season, so makes it a little hard to fly. That being said, the flights that I have had have been really good. There are some things that bug me about the camera though, is that constantly the sensor, if you don't have a filter on this thing, the sensor, the light sensor will just drastically drown out your footage with dark. Like the contrast will just be way off, and you have to constantly adjust the EV compensation for that. And then you'll turn around after adjusting the EV for going into the sun. As soon as you turn around, everything will just white out and become trash. This thing likes to be used midday, like when the sun is above you, like directly above you. If you're filming like a sunset or a sunrise, then you need to constantly be moving in one direction, or make a cut in your edit and then adjust for turning around, because if you do that while you're on cam, it'll just trash your footage really quickly. So, like I said, there are some things I like about it. There are also some things I'm not happy with. The RTH has not been very accurate lately, no matter how many times I, you know, recalibrate the IMU and I do the compass calibration, I do all that stuff, and it's on the newest firmware, and no matter what, it seems to always be 6 to 9 feet off. And when I first got it, it was pretty much on dot. It would just land right in front of me within a foot or two. 9 to 10 feet, that's not really acceptable, except especially for DJI. So that's kind of frustrating that I'm having that issue. And sometimes it'll nail it, and other times it'll just be way off. So it's not a huge thing, but if you needed precision landing, like they say they offer with it, precision landing, then I would be a bit skeptical as to how precision it is. Maybe I'm the only one having this problem, maybe other people are, but this is something that I've been going through. The next thing that we kind of phased into was the returning to home slowly. I think that was solved kind of with firmware and an IMU calibration, because that one day it came back at like 1 mile per hour. Like, it was scary. I didn't know if it was going to stay in the air or it was going to fall out of the sky because of battery power. I really didn't know anything. So that is definitely one that is an annoyance for sure. So now let's get into this. I don't see why I don't have a record meter here. Why is it not showing me my times? I didn't pause it. Oh well. Train of thought, lost it there for a sec, guys. Sorry about that. So anyways, the next problem we dealt with was the max power overload for the ESCs and the motors. This is something that I think was easy to resolve, but at the same time, DJI should have let everybody know that this was a problematic thing that was happening to the Mini before they just let people start crashing them left and right out in the middle of nowhere, because all they need to do was change their props, update their battery firmware, and do a calibration across the board with the unit to solve those problems. But for whatever reason, DJI is DJI, and DJI does DJI things. So we still don't have a direct answer as to whether that solves it or not. However, I have changed the props and I have done all that stuff, and I have not received the max power load, ESC, reach, whatever warning again. So I think that solved it. As far as range goes, guys, I do want to cover this. It is good. It's good. It's okay. It really does okay sometimes, and sometimes Mavic Air kind of scenario where you go out and it's like no matter what, you're getting interference from something on Wi-Fi, and it just really, trashes the day you were trying to have with your good long flight and, your endurance flight around the lake or something like that. I find that it's really hit or miss. It's hit or miss. And I don't like that that's the fact. I really don't. I wish it wasn't a hit or miss thing, but unfortunately it is. You go out, sometimes you fly, it's really good, and then other times it sucks, and you have really horrible latency lag and drop off and aircraft signal warnings, and it doesn't really seem to have its happy median. if you can get away from everything, then it flies great. But I do fly inner city stuff, and I do run into these issues. So these are things I have to be aware of. And unfortunately, it doesn't always guarantee me a very long flight. Sometimes I'll only reach like just under 2,000 feet, and it'll be like, oh, I have an issue. Aircraft signal warning. And then other times it'll let me go, a mile with no problems. So, I mean, these are just, these are things that I have an irritation with, because if I'm going to take this drone and I'm going to travel with it, and I'm going to hope that it gets the footage that I need for my channel based on what you guys watch, as well as vlogging and the other stuff that I do, I need to know that it's capable. And right now it's only showing me about a 75% capability to do what I need it to do. I like drones that are in that 190 factor, 90 to 100% range, that have never failed me, never caused an issue. And once again, I had the Spark. The Spark was a major letdown. The Mavic Mini is good for what it is. I do not disagree with that. But I've come down to 25% on my original marker of what I thought it was capable of and what it can do, and how much of an imposition it's going to cause me in certain situations. And I've run into a few of those now. So I think I'm sitting on a 75% ratio out of 100 here, that it's what I wanted, and it's going to perform the way I need it to. Okay. With that being said, phenomenal camera if you don't adjust the sensors and all that as needed, and you fly one direction in the sunset, anyways. Fast. Never had a crash, nothing like that. The filters work great, no issues there. I only have one battery for it, but I get exceptional flight time with the one battery, so I didn't even feel like I needed more batteries. I can fly multiple locations on one battery and get tons of footage and never have to bring extra batteries, so that's a major plus. Plus, I can drive and charge it, and because I have a 3.0 charger in my car, it charges the battery in like 25 minutes in my car. So do I really need another battery? I don't think so, but it does what it needs to do. So my overall right now of the Mavic Mini, after flying it for a month, maybe a little over a month, is it's probably a really good starter drone. It's also probably a really good traveling drone. But just know that your interference on your signal is really going to vary area to area. Sometimes you'll have really exceptional signal, and other times you're going to be kind of upset because you can't get the shot you're looking for, because something around here is putting out a massive amount of interference, causing you some issues. So other than that, I mean, that's really my complaints there, guys. Is and the camera sensor. I'm not too excited about the camera sensor, but I think over time, as they keep releasing updates, the Mavic Mini will get better with time. They may even be able to update some camera stuff and make it a fantastic bird. So with that being said, guys, that's my thoughts on the Mavic Mini. It's still good for what it is. It's still worth the price point. It's a fantastic little bird, and I'm going to keep flying it. I'm not a huge fan of DJI, as most of you guys know, but as long as the drone doesn't cause me too many problems and it's reliable, I will fly it and I'll be happy with it. This so far has given me what I've wanted from it, and that's good. I'm happy that that is the case. So, all right, guys, I'm going out there. I gotta go fly. I gotta take the Mini and go get some more flights in, because I've got all this cool street art that I need to record in these murals, and I gotta do it. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'll catch you guys on the flip, man. Drone worship, and I'm out. Toodaloo.
Go home, folks.